But no, you got that phone holder thing. Yeah, so the camera overheated, of course. That's what happened. You have to take off all this corrugated crap or it won't fit through the hole.
Oh, it won't?
And then you got to go all the way to the top, and then the dash goes on after you put this through the hole.
Where's your stool? Oh, I'll put it inside.
Right here.
Even come out, honestly. But no, you got that phone holder thing.
I'm okay with just sticking it somewhere on the bottom.
This thing is tilted up at you, right? Or is it so ugly? Sure didn't have to put it up here. Just spin the wires like this and go straight through if I... Because I've got 3M stuff and I've got the good 3M stuff that's not going to come off. Or I've got Velcro. What do I do with all of it? What about this? All the way to the back where you can still get your finger on it.
Oh, I like it. Yep.
You gotta have to get into there to hold the button down if it needs to be paired to somebody else. You kind of need to see it too.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
And then the wiring straight back. Yep. So I found a place to put your charger cable through. Look, charger cable can go.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Right through that hole and right up to here. So do you have it? Right through that little.
Yeah, pull it back. Yeah, grab it.
That's exactly what I do with mine. I knew there was like a. It certainly does. Look, it's got threads. That's how you flush mount it.
Oh,
it comes apart. I don't know how to get it apart though.
That's a couple times. Oh, literally.
Perfect. What's it hitting? All right, I'm working on this Bluetooth again now that we've got the bass knob already mounted. I cannot find a good place for this, to be honest with you. All right, I'm drilling a hole in the bottom of this for the RCA cables and the power wire to go through. So I sent a hole straight through to the back here. I'm gonna put the Bluetooth adapter on the top. But first I gotta feed all the RCA cables through the hole. Camera's 1,000 degrees for no reason. All right, I got the Bluetooth adapter mounted. Sorry about all the noise, but it's very hot in here. We're good to go on the Bluetooth adapter. We got the bass knob mounted and I got the power run for the charger for the iPad. So pretty much this dash is ready to go in. Everything is done on the dash. I used double-sided 3M tape on the Bluetooth adapter and ran the wiring back through the back. So now we can go ahead and get this thing installed. Okay, I'm gonna clear everything out and go ahead and try to put the dash over the steering wheel. To install the dash, you simply slide it over. Now I can work on running the communications cable underneath the cart for the display. So I'm gonna go around to that side and start that process. Camera's probably gonna overheat again just because. So the communications cable is just gonna run right next to all the other stuff and down through the same hole. I'm gonna try to just run enough up to the top just for what we need, not a bunch of extra. And tie it up under the cart if I can. I don't want a bunch of extra wires in the bay. There's plenty of wire, that's for sure. Okay, I have to get under the cart to do the rest. Got the first zip tie on. Now I'm just following these other cables and I'm gonna zip tie to them. It's got its own hole to pass through though, the one that I drilled. Okay, right here we take a turn through the new hole. Okay, I got the comm cable run into the bay here. I'm gonna try to pull some of it all the way over here so it's not all in the bay. Let's see what I can do here. There's so much slack. Yeah, so this is gonna work out perfect. I'm gonna come down like this. I'm gonna stuff the rest on the side of the battery, and I'm gonna come just like this and zip tie to these guys. The comm cable is done. That means the display should work now. Our display's on, we're good to go with that. To get this plug through, you have to put the wires through first, like this, before you slide it over the wheel. And then there's just enough room, I believe, for the wiring to go down. But you have to take the corrugated stuff off of the wiring. See how it goes on now? No problem. And you can also pull it till you get to that part. Now, I need to know if I have enough. I don't think I do. I think all this needs to come off. It can go back on after, but you can't get the dash on with this. That's how you do it. It took me about 10 minutes to figure out how to get the wiring through the dash. You have to take off all this corrugated crap or it won't fit through the hole.
Oh, it won't?
And then you got to go all the way to the top, and then the dash goes on after you put this through the hole.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Because there's no notch. We need to connect some stuff, and we need to finish this real quick. I just wanted to make sure this was able to go up and everything.
All right, so here we're back, gonna work on the subwoofer. Found this thing actually on the side of the road. Somebody had a sign that was just said free stuff. So I found this subwoofer along with an amplifier, and it's been sitting in my garage now for probably 5 years. So I'm like, perfect time in, break this thing out, clean it up, get it working. The porthole was rattling around in there, so I'm gonna take the time. Brad already screwed it back in, and I'm gonna take the time to seal it off, caulk it up to make sure we got a good seal on it. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and carpet it, fresh and new, put the subwoofer back in. Hopefully we'll be able to hear some sound out of it here in the next couple hours. We're on the home stretch with just probably 5 or 6 more things that need to be buttoned up, and then hopefully everything will be done and we'll be able to fire it up and test out the new system.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up getting your blinker control back on and start plugging things in your dash so we can get this thing back together. Are you signed into your Apple stuff on here?
Yeah, I think it
Okay,
should
cool.
be, yeah. Where's the SCSR whatever scissors?
These nuts.
Oh, that's a good sound. That's going through the speakers, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get the pair.
Yeah, I just don't know how to get this thing in parry mode.
Oh!
Okay, we're back in the garage. Joe has carpeted the enclosure and he's over here working on the quick disconnects for the subwoofer. I have the entire dash back together, minus the bezel. We're gonna leave it kind of open just in case we gotta get back in there for now. I've got to reassemble the turn signal and get the steering wheel back on here momentarily. And all 4 speakers are working and tested. The iPad is connected to Bluetooth. And yeah, that's it. Oh, sick. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's Supercar Street Racing here after a little bit of a break. Took a vacation up in New York City. Just got back today, and to my surprise, we have this huge Amazon package here ready to be unboxed. You can see here, the seal is still fresh, tight on the package. So what we're gonna do today is take a look at this together and see exactly what we have. Got the Rings of Power seal on it, so you know it's special. Blessed by the Hobbits. And we're gonna go ahead and open this and take a look at it, because you guys are seeing this when I see it. Wanted to make sure that I opened it with my channel. Box is made with less material. You can scan it if you really care. I don't care how much material is made in the box. Honestly, who gives it F? But like, yeah. So here we go. And inside of this, there's this mysterious red barcode, which I don't know what that means. But it's pretty cool and special because it's red. Let me get this thing out of here. And then we have a box inside of a box. So I picked this up the other day on sale. And I'll get you a link in the description, but it was substantially less than normal. And I bought it with the monthly plan for absolutely no reason, just why not? Because it's 0 interest. So we're opening this up now, and I love how it's boxed in box, like one of those little, I don't know what they're called. What are the little Russian egg things called, where you open one and there's a tiny one and a tiny one and a tiny one? That's what it's gonna be like here. And so going inside the box here for the whatever mystery object this is, and we're going to see exactly what this has inside of it. And then inside of this, we have this nice pull-out handle. Wow, Amazon thinks of everything. So inside of this, there's this handle that lets you pull it out of the box, so you don't sit there and struggle, which is kind of cool, honestly. That's awesome. And then look right here, peoples. We have the amazing Echo Show 15. Want one of these since it came out. Oh wow, we just got smoked by the local device, but we'll have to be careful when we say this word because the whole house will wake up. Here we have the Show 15. Has a beautiful blue packaging here with it. And on the front, you can kind of see what you can do with it. On the back, it says that it has household harmony with Alexa. And that's about it. Very simple packaging, honestly, for the Echo Show 15. There's not a lot on it. It's got a barcode with a little nom. So it literally says nom. I wish you could see this. It's like eating on the side of the package. It's got the typical little Amazon condom here. You just rip it off with satisfaction to get into the Echo Show 15. And then we're going to take a look at what's inside here. And damn, that is awesome. I am so hyped. I'm so hyped on this Echo Show 15. Do you see this? It's literally, wow. Okay, I'm hyped. Look at this thing. Okay, you see how big I am, right? This is me, and look at the Echo Show 15 chilling next to me and taking up the entire width of my body here. So stoked for this thing. Check this out, guys. Wow. And there's the mounting on the back. Looks like it's got a mount with it, which I didn't know. I literally ordered this on purpose without checking anything on it because I wanted you guys to see it when I saw it. It does have mounting on the back. Inside the packaging, we've got this hello, bonjour, hola. And it looks like that comes out in one piece. And inside of that, you have some sort of mount. Guys, this thing mounts like a television. Pretty exciting. Here's what was inside the box, along with this manual. This power supply here. We've got some screws and drywall inserts. And we've got a manual there. So this guy mounts exactly like a television. So you mount this to the wall. Looks like, I haven't read the instructions, with these mounting screws like this. And then most likely the back of the Echo Show 15 somehow hangs from this. And I'm trying to figure out how that's possible. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make sense right now. It seems like this has the little lips here that regular TVs have. Okay, I see it now. All right, so on the back of the Echo Show 15, there's a little indentation right here and right here. Looks like these guys here, just little ears, just slide just like this right into the Echo Show. It would be this way. And then it looks like it slides down on it, just slots down onto this thing here. So we are going to now, I don't even honestly want to take this thing out of the packaging yet until we're ready to actually mount it. Now this guy is going to replace an existing Echo Show 5, but taking a closer look at this guy, on the top we have the familiar plus and minus volume controls, the do not disturb control, which is like a silent, and we have a mechanical camera cover. So if you shut this, the camera closes, and I'm assuming the audio turns off too. I haven't really looked into that much. And we have our connector in the back here, which is the standard round connector here, and it has also a USB. It's not a Type-C either. It's the, I don't even know what that's called. It's the latest of the old school USB. I don't know what the actual terminology for it is, but it has it, both of them. Usually you can't use the USB. That's usually for service only. So we just have the round style connector here and the slot for your cord to go into to exit wherever you're going to do it. Now mine is going through the wall, which we will take a look at shortly. And it is going to basically look like a picture frame on the wall. I didn't know how big this was. I'm kind of hyped about it, but we're going to take a look at where it's going here in a moment. But for now, that's all we can do, and then we can get to the setup here shortly. Taking a look at the Echo Show 15 here on Supercar Street Racing, and here is the included power brick. It does look a little bit different from the other Echo devices. As you can see here, it's a little bit kind of longer top to bottom, and we are going to power this thing up now together and see what happens. Now you notice the Echo Show 15 is in a big Echo Show condom. That's how it comes from the factory. And so what we are going to do now, right here, right now, is to simply lay out some protection for the Echo Show 15 before we take a look at it here. So laying out some towels here on the glass table, put the Echo Show 15 on, and now we have it here. And I have the lights dimmed on purpose, so when the screen comes on, we'll be able to check it out. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to actually open it, the condom, and it looks like it is from the top, has a little flap for you to open there. Fits it perfectly, and now we have some protection on the table. And if we look here, we have the standard VESA size mount here, and in here we have a power and also a USB connector, and it is the not a USB Type-C. They have not moved to that yet. For the service interface is just a USB mini something or another. I forgot what it's called. But if you look here, there's a place for the power cord to run. I don't know how, I guess it doesn't matter because it's going to be spaced out from the wall at least this much. So you don't really need that big of a power slot for the power cable to go in. But as we power this on, I am going to pop it reversely and show you. And first of all, we're greeted with the Amazon logo here, which is typical for all devices. And then we will zoom in a little bit here and see what's going to happen when this guy powers on. All right, so there's the familiar Echo logo coming up on the Echo Show. Wow, the sound is nice already. I can tell you the sound is absolutely cool on this thing. And I'm not familiar with what sound it has in it, what speakers, but it definitely sounds better already than the typical Echo, and that is because, of course, it's bigger and it is connecting to my internet without me. It knows everything about me, about you, about your family, all of us, and it is connecting to the internet right now. It is tempting you to go ahead and get the wall mount instructions out so you can see how to mount it. We're going to do that together. It is replacing an Echo Show 5 and covering up an Echo Show 5 hole. And now it was looking for networks. And let's see if it, I've not had one successfully. Okay, so it knows it's me. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to this. It's because I opted to register it online. North America Eastern is correct. Back on the Echo Show now, as it showed my address. And this Echo Show is going to be in the living room. So this is going to be living room. I love this thing already. Living room Echo Show. Replace the old device. And device name is already in use. Living room Echo Show new. And we will rename it later. It won't let you have two devices with the same name. Here we go with our Echo Show 15. And at this time you can put what your photo display will be. But for now, we're going to go nature. And it wants to update our Echo Show 15 to the latest updates. And I think we should go ahead and do that now.
Updating this device.
Wow, thanks a lot, Amazon. Okay, so it's updating now. Do not unplug it. We're going to do this in real time so that we make a 20-minute video, because that's the pay threshold on YouTube, where you make some money finally and you make $1. All right, so as the device is updating now, and it will take up to 20 minutes. It's got this beautiful background here for you to stare at of someone's kitchen. And it's telling you that you can do routines. So that means, let's say you want to wake up in the morning and turn on a bunch of devices and turn off a bunch of devices and play music. You can do that with the routines on the device here. It says you can link it to your Google Calendar, which I don't have a Google Calendar, so I don't care at this point. But all this is done with the Alexa app here. And that's how you pretty much set up your whole environment. When you are in the Amazon environment, you use the Alexa app to show. Whoa. So if I say it, every device will literally wake up. So that's how you configure your environment here in this ecosphere. It's telling you how to manage your smart home here. And apparently in the background, it is downloading and updating. So let's pause here while it does that. Echo Show 15 is booting up to the home screen now for the first time. You're going to see this as I see it.
Hi there. Welcome to your new Echo Show. I'm excited to show you a few things that you may not have tried yet. Let's get started.
So I'm gonna
I can translate words and phrases for you. Try saying, how do you say happy birthday in Spanish?
So that's a little bit of an idea of how loud it is. It's very loud. So I'm just...
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. The last two things I want to show you will help you navigate your device. You can access settings like Do Not Disturb and browse new things to try by swiping down from...
Okay, so this is kind of just a little tutorial that it goes through with you. And I swipe down from the top and I am going to the home screen here. First impressions, very, very high resolution screen. I'm used to having the other devices that have the low res screen, and this guy is quite the screen. Now, I don't know what the wake word is. Let's go to that. I don't know if we can get that here. See if there's any updates available. It's downloading another update. 7.5.3 is downloading. So once that's done, we'll be able to install yet another update. And I think the wake word is the same as the other devices. We're going to stop down now and hook this up to the 5 gigahertz network. This is connecting to the 5 gigahertz network now instead of the 2.4. Looks like we're good and connected. And the wake word is probably set from the app. I don't know yet. It's not important at this moment, but check this out, guys. The picture on this thing is absolutely insane. It looks so good. So hyped to have this installed on the wall. I wish I could do it somewhere else on the wall, but what my plan is to put this where the Echo Show 5 is now, and then move the Echo Show 5 over to the bathroom, the guest bathroom here. That's the only room that doesn't have an Echo device, but check out the amazing photographs here. There's a good look at the home screen. Let's see what the wake word is. Alexa. Alexa, show my smart home dashboard. That seemed to have worked, so that's the wake word. And if we go to our cameras here, and we don't see any thumbnails. Sometimes those work, sometimes they don't. But let's go to the backyard cam. It says unresponsive, but it's absolutely not. So sometimes these cameras have issues connecting to Amazon equipment. I mean, definitely the device works. So let's try the pool cam. And it exited us to the home screen. I was waiting for the Wise Cam. So there's a good look at the pool camera. And I gotta say, the screen is absolutely fantastic. I mean, what a screen. I am so hyped for this. And the next thing we're gonna show you guys is getting this thing installed on the wall. Because, oh, look how it picture-in-pictured camera. We can close it with the X. Now we're gonna show you guys how to mount this on the wall. On the back of the Echo Show 15 here, we see we have the standard VESA mount. Also came with this mounting bracket. You can see where the power cable goes here in the center. Let's take a look at the way the Echo Show 15 mounts. So there's some ears here on the mount. They go up into the Echo Show and it just kind of sits directly on them like this, here and here. So our goal is to figure out where this mount needs to go on the wall. How we're going to do that is we're going to measure. So they have a convenient little dude right here that tells you where the center is. That also is where the mounting holes are. And we want this guy to be replacing the Echo Show 5. It doesn't matter. It needs to sit center on this receptacle or outlet. Sorry, not receptacle. Switch panel, not outlet or receptacle, needs to sit center on this switch plate. So it will sit right here in the center. And then we need to figure out our up and down here to mount the actual plate. So we know that we need to have our center. So it's 6.5 here. So 3.25 would be our center. And we have this convenient little tab right here, which looks like it's the center. 3.25 it is, as we look. Okay, so our center of our Echo Show 15 is over this tab. That's where this arrow will line up here. That needs to be directly down to the center. Then we got to figure out where to put our holes here. So we have 8 pretty much. We have 8 inches from our holes to the bottom of the Echo Show 15. So we need to make sure we go 8 up, and then we'll throw our laser level over and mark these 2 holes. So just to be absolutely 100% certain we're not in the way of this, and to keep the spacing, we're going to do 9 inches above that, which will keep the same spacing, cover this hole, and allow us to mount our brand new Echo Show 15. So let's get the stuff we're going to need to mount this guy with. It's not too much and it's not too hard, and let's get that happening. So what did we say? We said 8 plus 1. We're going to go 9 inches above the center. We'll pull this guy out first, jaw line up to our center, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing mounted next. We got our Echo Show 5 here mounted with the Echo Show 5 wall mount. We're gonna go ahead and pop that guy out. Comes out really easy. And if you look inside the wall here, we have our power connector, which has been so wonderfully mounted and taped just to kind of keep it from moving. But we can go ahead and disconnect this guy now. This has done amazing over the last year, but it is out now and ready for the next room, which is going to be the bathroom. And then we have little clips here that keep the wall mount in place. We don't need this mount anymore, and it's moving to the bathroom. And of course, like they should be, they're a little hard to get the clips off. These clips are what actually holds the wall mount to the wall, keep the pressure onto the drywall. That came right out. Now make sure you don't lose this power connector if you've gone ahead and run power to your device. And if we see here, this is what it looks like after you remove the Echo Show 5 wall mount, which is featured in another video. Now, our goal today is to get this guy mounted. It's not going to be flush mounted. It's going to be more or less a picture frame mount is what it actually looks like. And we're going to try to mount this guy 9 inches above the center. And doing that, we need our laser level. back here and we have the level now. We know our center point, so we can go ahead and get at least one hole kind of level. And we got our level here. Okay, we got our mallet here. This shouldn't be super hard to actually pound in. If it does, you've got the hole too small. So let's go ahead and see all the dust going back there. And notice how that went. Nice and flush there. And let's grab our other inserts, which I lost. Here's the other one. So I really just kind of wallowed this out with my screwdriver. But if you get close enough, you can get it in there without. So any kind of screwdriver, or don't go too big on it. If you do, it'll be loose. Might work. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Not the best inserts, but they'll work. We got our inserts there. This is live. Remember, I haven't tested this out. So if I mess up with you guys. And then they give you, whoops, dropped the hammer. They give you 3 screws here. I got my cordless drill as well. Make this a little bit easier. So here's our mount. The only thing that would have been convenient is if they do like when they do TV mounts and they put a bubble level on the actual mount. So I noticed already they don't give you flathead screws. So that tells me that the mount doesn't even come close to these screws. And there we have our mount. Looks like it's level. Let's go ahead and screw it in. All right, that should be good to go. Moment of truth. Let's mount our Echo Show 15. If we did it correctly. So I'm grabbing that now. I'm taking the power cord out of the back. You can't see this because you're a little ways away. But this should just literally slide right over the mount here. So there's some little ears to line up. I actually dig that. That's perfect. I really got it close to the switch. Wow. Okay, no, actually that's perfect. And it's centered. If you look here, I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. It's a little bit low. You could actually raise it if you wanted to. I mean, technically it could go up an inch or two, but It almost is even with the switch. And I'm gonna leave it like that because when you step back, it looks kind of perfect. Up close, it's weirder, but it's flat against the wall. It's not hitting the switch. It's also covering the top line of the switch, and that's good. So now all we have to do is get our power cable. I would have wanted that a little bit higher in all reality. I don't know how I was off a little bit, but that's live YouTube for you. Go ahead and plug in our power connector. Tuck that into the wall. Remember, this is code legal because this isn't a permanent installation. We're not covering it. So you can actually do this without being against code. It's when you cover it up and drywall it that becomes an issue. We get our Echo Show 15. Go ahead and plug that up. See how we're going to run the power cable. We're powered up. And there we have our power. Literally, this thing is mounted. If you step back, you don't see it covering the receptacle so much, so it looks less. Good sound, I'll tell you right now, the sound is awesome. Let's let this thing boot up and take a look at it. So here comes the Echo Show 15 booting up. And there we have it. Alexa, show my smart home dashboard. And here we go. We go to the cameras and we go to the, okay. So it wants to verify my account. I am going to go ahead and do that now off camera. Went ahead and put the password in for the Amazon account. And now we see the lovely, beautiful Echo Show 15 here booted up, and it looks awesome on the wall. The only way it could really get better is to flush mount it. So if you did that, you would need to cut a hole here, flush it into the wall, and then trim that hole out somehow. And maybe that's an option for a later date. Alexa, play some non-copyright music.
I couldn't find any non-copyright songs.
Oh, really?
What other music do you want to listen to? Perhaps classic rock?
No, thank you, Alexa. So this is going to conclude our Echo Show 15.
What do you want me to play?
Every device is kind of all right, let's do a couple of other things before we exit the video. Alexa, show my smart home dashboard. Go to our cameras here, go to pool. I'll see how it acts. And there is a good representation of how the Echo Show 15 works. And of course, it will do everything that any other Echo device will do. And pretty cool, man. The screen is absolutely amazing on this thing. So my plan is to hopefully make this the actual, well, the other devices are going off in the background. Plan is to actually make this guy the main device. I'm so waiting for this guy to shut up. We are back, and we have the Echo Show 15 completely installed in the wall. I played around with some of the settings for a while, took a look at the resolution, which is awesome, and I was playing with the idea of being able to play videos here, and then they would come out on the whole home audio system. Now, I did create an audio group with this guy in it and the dot in there that actually outputs audio to the system, and that does not work when I open up the YouTube channel, unfortunately. So it's not playing the audio from here in the house system. I also played around with Bluetooth. That also did not really work. I haven't put a lot of time into it, but the main point of this is getting this 15 installed so we can show you guys how it looks here above the switch plate there, and how the resolution looks and how this thing acts. And as you can see here, we got our home screen right here, and then if we say computer, show my smart home dashboard, computer, show my smart home dashboard, it should pop up a listing of all the smart devices inside here. There's groups and lights and plugs and switches and cameras. And if we go to our cameras, it does not show thumbnails, but if I hit backyard cam, let's see what happens. So they all are Wise cams, so it accesses the Wise app to, it's actually the skill to open up your Wise cameras, and that's a good view of how the screen looks. And as you can tell, it is pretty high res. All the information for this guy will be in the description, so you can purchase one. Please use my affiliate links. It helps me out tremendously and supports the channel so that I can buy things like this to review. So far, so good with the Echo Show 15, and that's going to do it for today. If you guys have any questions about this device, hit me up in the comment section, and I hope you guys have a good day. Supercar Street Racing here. It was a pretty busy weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff recorded to edit and get some content in a little bit later. But tonight we are starting on this. Of course, right here we have Plastidip, which will be the first of a few projects for the car. Tonight we are going to start on the logos. We're going to get rid of all that chrome. We're going to Plastidip with this matte black Plastidip, whatever the heck it is, multi-purpose rubber coating is what we're going to do. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to prep the emblems and then Plastidip them. Okay folks, right here we got our Plastidip paint directly from Advanced Auto Parts. You can order it on Amazon as an add-on item. That's probably what I would recommend. Now, what you want to do first is get this Plastidip a little bit warm. Now what that does is that helps the Plastidip come out of the can a bit more uniform. So what I'm going to do here is get a bowl and I'm going to put some warm water in it. Letting this water warm up. Doesn't need to be hot, just warm. It's going to soak in there for a good 15 minutes while we prep the car. And that is getting pretty warm. We'll dump some out. Just a little bit warmer. Too warm. Don't want it hot. That will also affect the spray. Good enough. I'm going to take that Plastidip can, put it right in there. Should be fine. I don't see any reason why you can't leave it just like that. So that's the first step. Get your can all warmed up so it sprays more evenly. So you are going to need painter's tape and toothpicks for this. This is the first one we're going to work on right here. So what we're going to do is clean it first, then tape it off. About an inch around each side. You'll see that step next. So I just sprayed this logo with Instant Detailer. Keep calling it a logo, it's an emblem. And now I'm going to polish it really nice. Get all the way around it as well. And where the tape's going to be, and you want to make sure you get all in the letters. As best you can anyway, because top and bottom. It's going to be very difficult to get inside there, but try to get inside the letters if you can. Get as much of that dirt off as you can. Next step, tape around it, leave about a 1/2 inch gap. One of the other things I failed to mention you would need is blue painter's tape, and you're going to need toothpicks to get the plastic dip out from between the holes. Now we have this area masked off pretty good, and don't forget you're going to be spraying from the sides, top and bottom to get the full logo here. So you're going to need a little bit of overspray protection around there. Don't go crazy, all you need is that much. Plastic dip comes off very easily with instant detail spray if it's just a little bit of overspray. Okay, I've shaken this can up a lot. It is up to temperature. I can feel it's warm from being in the warm water. A few little test sprays there. Now, you're going to want to make sure on this first coat, you're going to want less than up to 50% coverage, but no more. So you're going to go straight on, and you're going to go with light. That's all. Maybe one more. 50% coverage. Maybe up here. And maybe down here. One from the side. One from this side. That's it. Don't go crazy on the first coat because it will drip. This needs to dry for 10 to 15 minutes now. We'll be back. Okay guys, it's been about 15 minutes since we put this first coat on. Here's a good look of how that looks. Sorry, the camera won't zoom in that close. There may not be black on top or bottom or sides, but you want to be careful on that first coat that you don't get any drips. So now it's time for the second coat. Gotta find the bottle, we'll start the second coat. It is second coat time, and we are really going to concentrate on trying to get the top, the sides, and the bottom on this coat. So once again, spray a little test to get all the, if there's anything clogged in the tip, lightly. That way, that way, that way, and that way. Now, we're going to let that dry for another 15 minutes. Okay guys, we got the back taped off now. As you can see, we've got the SL65 logo here. We've got the Mercedes-Benz logo here, which presents a little bit of a challenge because there is not much of a bottom lip right there. So we'll see what happens on that one. We got the AMG logo here. Good thing is these are not separated, so that shouldn't be too difficult. Now all of them are already all wiped down, and we're about to do a third coat on the other. Now I have my kitchen timer set. Don't forget to shake your bottle thoroughly between every coat. Let's see what my kitchen timer says. It says we still got a minute and 20 seconds left. So we will be right back with the third coat. Okay guys, went ahead and did the first coat back here so that we could kind of be synchronized. All three of these have one coat on it, a very light coat. You want to go up to 50% coverage. Don't worry about the tops or bottoms if you don't get around that. Now on this third coat here, for this logo, we're going to go just slightly heavier. It's called a wet coat. So here we go. We're going to try to emphasize the top, then the side, then the bottom, and this side. One in front. Now, these coats are now synchronized. So, let's set our timer. Now, I have not started on the other side. I am going to go ahead and start taping that side logo up now. Got the other side all taped up. Space is limited here. Going to go ahead with a light test coat down there on the ground, and then just go ahead and do my 50%. That one did not come out good because of the way I was sitting. Okay, yeah, I did not do a good job on that coat. So be careful for holding the can. You notice I got a lot of splotches there. So hopefully that comes out better than it did Notice, see the splotches? That was my fault. I think that'll be okay though for the first coat. Got the Plastidip sitting in the water bath, having a great time, like a hot tub, keeping that bottle warm between coats. So we do have 15 minutes and it does have time to cool down. Got about 8 minutes between the second coat in the back and the fourth coat on the first part of the side. Also, don't forget the important stuff. Oh yeah. Now for the moment of truth. We are going to try to peel this. We're going to need these toothpicks also afterwards to get the Plastidip from between the logos. So we will have that open and ready. Now, I see a lot of people have difficulty with getting the you want to try to get the tape off without taking the Plastidip with it. So let's see if we can do that first. Might be kind of hard here. Alright, see the Plastidip starting to peel? That's perfect. Let's get that out of there. Start on this one. Okay. Perfect. Now you see how it rips on that tape line? It's exactly what it's designed to do. That's why it's so amazing for these decals or logos or whatever you want to call them. One day I'll get it right. Okay, let's try this top one. Sorry about not getting the camera on it. It's very difficult to video and do this at the same time. Okay. That is a little bit of overspray, but you can see it comes right off. Right there. Once again, I didn't capture it with the camera because it's hard. I also think about might do these fins. That might look good. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down while I get this tape off. Okay, now this is the part where you want to go slow. I have never done this. I have no idea what's about to happen. Apparently you just peel like this and it should come right off, and it looks like it is doing what it's supposed to do. Take your time here, don't go fast. See how it's coming off around the letter? I'm sorry if I'm not getting the camera. Take your time. Don't worry if you get a little bit left. That's what the toothpick is for. You can see it peeling right between these letters. Now you see that little bit that's left? Don't be careful with that because you can pull it right off the logo. Just like that. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this one. I'll update you after. I need both hands. So this is what we have left after we peeled. Notice that we have a little bit of extra inside the letters. Okay, that's what you use your toothpick for. So grab your toothpick. Never done this before, so it's the first. Grab your toothpick and get it in there. Be patient. Get the rest of that out of there. See how that peeled right off? Do that for the rest. Here is the finished Plastidip logo. As you can see, it came out really good. Now what you have to do, honestly, is you're going to have to, let me see if I can get my light on my head here. You're going to have to get into those little crevices and maybe use a fresh toothpick so I can get one out. And it's kind of difficult to get that last little bit out. There's still a little bit in there. Sorry, camera's not right on the thing. But if you just get in there with your toothpick, you'll eventually get it all out of there. See how there's a little bit left in there. Oh, I think I might have messed that one up. Gonna be careful there. I'm gonna work on this off camera, but I think I almost started pulling that off. Got the rear logos done. They came out pretty good. There's only one spot on this 5 that looks like it might peel, which I might redo that one or get a, I know you can't use a razor blade because you will scratch your paint up, but I don't want to mess with that anymore because it might come off. There's the Mercedes logo, there's the AMG logo. The only thing I can stress is to take your time. The slower you go, the easier you will be able to get off between the numbers and letters in the small spots. If you go fast, it's going to leave a lot of Plastidip in place and you're going to spend a lot of time. So this AMG license plate frame is next. They do sell these in black and carbon fiber. I think it'll be fun to try to black it out with Plastidip. So I've got some painter's tape, and it just so happens that it fits almost perfectly over this AMG logo width. And then around here, I've got it tightly cornered. I am going to take my beautiful flowered X-Acto knife and cut right around these edges right here. After I do that, I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm giving another studio update today, and today we got a lot of work done in the studio, probably another 5 or 6 hours worth of work, so I kind of wanted to go over what I did and what I'm about to do. So I got the TV mounts fixed. So what I did is I spanned across these joists, or actually studs, and I made mounts for the TV that look just like that mount. And so basically on the outside of the foam insulation, the TV will mount directly to these boards, and they are bolted to these boards, and the TVs really don't weigh that much anyway now. So I've got like 4 screws in each one. That should be fine. I've got them bolted to the studs on the side. So I got that done today. I got more Ethernet run. So I made another run from the switch is going to be up here down to where I'm going to have an HDMI cable here running up to the 50-inch monitor and an Ethernet jack, so that you can actually plug in another computer here and feed this monitor. And I also ran Ethernet across here. It's actually down there right now. For the same thing on this side, it will basically be a Cat 6 cable and an HDMI port for that TV. So I have all that stuff now. I have all the stuff from Amazon to put that in. I actually connected power today. So I connected power there on that side to all the accessories that are getting power. I connected power over here as well, and also put the female plugs on for the speakers, the powered speakers. The Harbingers are going up here in the corner. You can see the power and the RCA cable for that. This has power in it. The ceiling has power now for the extra lights. And next I am going to be running this USB extension from down here up to that corner for our webcam that's going to be live in the studio. And that is a lot of work today. Got this HDMI also ran for the HDMI and Cat5 jack down here that you'll be able to tie into this television if you want to. So yeah, got that all done today. It was quite a bit of work. You can see all my Cat6 cables here for the switch. They're all labeled with numbers and then numbered on this end, and then I will label the actual boxes as I put them in. There's another HDMI and Cat6 for that monitor to be tied into if somebody wants to park right here. And then there's lights up on the wall to feed sconces or LED type lights there. So I also just got the new Echo Show 15 in. I was waiting for the bracket so that I could make the wall mount for it. So here we have the bracket, and that is going to be how it mounts, just like that. So it will mount just like this, and the power will run right into the wall there, and then the foam will actually, this thing will be kind of flush mounted because the foam is 1 inch thick. So think about with the bracket on top of the foam, the bracket will be on top of the foam, and then I was thinking maybe doing it either way. I don't know if I should put the bracket in now and then cut the foam around the bracket. If I do this on top of the foam, then the actual acoustic foam tile will run up against the side of the show and kind of make it look flush mount. So I think I'm going to do that. But that is the way that is going to be mounted, and there is power for that. So yeah, just a little update. Wanted to keep you guys posted, and I'm still making progress and busting my butt in here trying to get ready to put up. I guess I'm going to do either this foam insulation next or start on the ceiling. I kind of need 2 people to do the ceiling, so I'm holding off on that. But guys, I appreciate you keeping tuned into the video and checking out all the progress on the studio. It'll just take me probably another couple of weeks to get it done, and I'll keep you guys posted. And we're constantly streaming live on the channel as I work, so please tune in and like and subscribe. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. What's happening, guys? It's freaking Friday night. I got this bottle of wine right here, which I haven't touched because I saw something that inspired me and had to try it. So the other day, you guys saw me plasti dip my emblems because they're chrome, and I got some black wheels coming. I haven't revealed what yet. That's coming soon in the next video. But tonight, I'm going to show you how to plasti dip your orange side markers and dark tint them out. Stay tuned, that's coming right now. Alright guys, what you're going to need for this project is some blue painter's tape, some masking material. I just use like regular old newspaper or plastic or whatever you have, and just a regular old black matte plasti dip right here. You can get it at Home Depot or any auto parts store. And this is the light that we're going to be working on. See this orange side marker / turn signal? So kind of lucky in this case, right here around this light is a tiny little crack. So I'm able to get the tape right inside that crack. If you don't have that, you're gonna have to kind of mask it off, or you can try a heavy coat around it and see how it peels. It might peel on that line. Stay tuned for what mine's gonna look like when I tape it off. All right, I got the side marker masked off. Notice I got a good mask all the way around it here. Now, before you ask me in the comments, yes, Plastidip does overspray. I found out when I did the emblems, came back the next day and there was overspray all over it. So I got it all masked off. I've got my Plastidip here. I need you to do the same thing I did and preheat this can so it's nice and warm. Now, if you've used this can before, it might have some Plastidip around the tip here, so just pull that off before you do anything. Then spray a sample there to kind of clear the head. Now, I don't have much room here to spray. Try to get this on camera while I do it. I'm gonna do one light coat first. Okay, that's all for now. Nice light coat. I'm gonna let that dry for 15 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, the timer just went off, so it is time for coat number 2. Now this coat is going to be a wet coat, and at the same time we are going to remove the tape. When you have tape, you always want to remove the tape while your coat is still wet. So we're gonna put a good 3 shot on there. And then we're gonna pull the tape. I'll be right back. Okay, I just got done pulling the tape and you can see I didn't do as good of a job with the taping. So I'm gonna grab a rag over here from my rag collection. Let's see if this will come off easily. If it doesn't, it will come off when it dries. Yeah, it wipes right off right now. Just like that. Like I said, it will come off when it dries regardless. That's the beauty of Plastidip. If it doesn't come off like that, just use your finger. That was dried on there from the first coat. Now this is gonna take 15 minutes to dry and you're done basically. 2 coats is enough for me on these. I don't wanna go crazy on this part. So I'm gonna show you the other side, which was actually already done before. I wanted to make sure I had it good before I did a tutorial on it, but there's how it came out. I think it looks so much better than the orange. Now, ideally, they would be the color of the car, and they make a whole strip for the European car that doesn't have a side marker in that color, and that's what I really want. But I think that looks better than clear side markers, honestly, with the black factory insert there and then black wheels coming. So that's how you Plastidip your side markers on your car. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, and I spent the entire day yesterday going to get the new car. And I know you're curious exactly what I got, so I am going to walk out there right now and show you what it is. The big reveal. Dun dun dun. So there it is. I'm just kidding. That's where I pulled out the Honda. The new car is, surprise, surprise, look what's back in my garage. That is my old car. So what happened was I picked up my old SL65 again. It all worked out. So what happened was the guy who had my vehicle, he wanted to go a different direction. I also spent about 6 months looking for a car. I couldn't find anything really that I wanted, or the colors that I wanted, so he made me a deal that was really sweet. I went and picked up my car yesterday in Virginia. There it is. Came back pretty much like I left it, except for one thing. He had curbed one of the wheels. Wasn't too upset about it though, because the wheel was already peeling, the chrome was peeling on it. So yesterday I did order wheels and also a lightweight brake kit. This car has very good brakes from the factory, however, they are super expensive. And a company makes an aftermarket two-piece lighter weight kit with replaceable rings on the hats. Ordered that yesterday. Also ordered my wheels. Like I said, that will be in a different reveal. So you'll know soon what I got. But there is the R230 SL65 back, and it's about to get worked on right now. Stay tuned for what's about to come soon. Supercar Street Racing, awesome dining room now. You're back with Brad. We're welcoming you back to the channel once again because we have a new project we have to finish. There has been a television sitting in this garage for too long. Right there. Joe gave me that television. It's been sitting here for about 3 months. I need to get this thing installed. I don't know how I'm gonna do it by myself. Doubt I can. It's pretty heavy enough to fall down and go boom. But we're gonna get this TV on a mount and get this thing installed outside on the patio and get this garage all cleaned up. Need to get rid of this. Need to get rid of all this junk here. And then we're gonna do that today. So hang with us when we get back from this short open. We're gonna take a look at what's inside this box. Let's go. Back in full effect at Supercar Street Racing inside of the lovely dining room next to this 12-string guitar. And inside of this box is something we need for outside on the patio. This is the USX mount XML008-1K-01. Not that that matters, but in case you buy one. This is a 60 kilogram, 132 pound television mount, 47 to 84 inch, has standard VESA and can go 61 to 419 millimeters outside of the wall, can tilt and swivel. And it is heavy enough that I almost broke the table. That would have been a good blooper reel, huh? We don't need this where we're going. Or this, get out of there. Anyway, we have it right in front of us. Let's get our Supercar Street Racing scissors out. Since we lost our SCSR knife, get our SCSR scissors out because they are branded for the channel. And go ahead and open this and see what is inside of it. Now, these new mounts all come in 3 different pieces usually, so that's why the box is not very big. I know the box doesn't look wide enough to have a mount inside of it, but they are all being delivered like that now. And they tricked us with a 3rd piece of tape. Okay, oh, they really did trick me. It opens up from the side. And greeting us inside of this lovely box is a card telling you to get customer service, email, Instagram, scan, do everything you can before you return the product is basically what they're saying. Troubleshooting manual there. We have an instruction manual here. And it says if your studs are greater than what the product claimed, which meaning greater than what the product can accommodate, to get a replacement, or you have to add a 24-inch extension plate. Or not desired, you got to add an extension plate. That means you have to buy it, or you have to apply plywood. Now, we are going on stucco. None of that will apply to us. Now, here is a lovely cord organizer they give you. They give you a level also, those 2 whatever things they are. And then we have some cardboard here with the VESA mounting arms inside. We have a bunch of screws and some washers in case the screws do not actually fit. You can add washers to space them out. We have more mounting hardware here, a nice set of Allen's key, and then inside the box we do have the actual mount. We got another. Put a big dent in my floor. That's lovely. These are the extension arms that go out of the side. And then below that, they give you a template and some more mounting instructions. And you can see right here, this guy is the main part of the mount. And it does pull out like this. Right? And then what you do from there is you put your arms through here. So these arms just fit right through these spaces right here. And then they screw together. So it just goes like this. Am I doing it upside down? Yes. And you just bolt this to the wall. Now the next step is actually going to be removing everything from the outside, but I do want to get that TV in here and up on the table so we can actually work on it. We're gonna put this fuzzy blankie. Let's see, this is big TV now. Now you can see it does have a mount. Why am I not using that? Because it does not offer enough flexibility. Let's go ahead and remove the old mount. Boy, this mount is way different than what we're putting on. Gotta check my work. This has low mounting holes here, so the holes go towards the top of the TV, and we use the bottom mounting point. Yep, I can't go any lower than that. I'm gonna use the same screws. Let's hope this doesn't hit the ceiling. There's one way to find out. Mount the mount and see. Okay, the first step is done. The TV is going to sit, yes, you're raising the TV if you lower the bracket that way. TV is going to sit 17.5 inches from the mounting point right here on the back, so I'm going to go check that right now. All right, the next step is to attach the wall plate to the actual wall, so we're going to go outside to do that, so we're going to move you guys outside for that one. All right, we are out in front of the TV now, and we have to disassemble this whole entire thing and take off all these old zip ties and everything. I'm gonna get my gloves on. This is nastiness. LED lights we put on the back not too long ago. They're coming off. These are just wrapped around, no biggie. And this plug is not removable. And we have our Eero device also back here we have to disconnect. Okay, we got the new mount. Obviously the bottom holes are not gonna line up. That's fine. It's not gonna go anywhere once it's bolted in. As good as it's gonna get. All right, I'm putting the nuts back on. If you want to. Guys, I did get the new mount installed. I only used 2 of the 4 bolts because the other 2 don't line up. But you can see right there, that's gonna be good enough to hold anything. That's in the concrete, and when it pushes down, it pushes on the concrete here. So this is no problem whatsoever. All we have to do now is get this assembled with the TV mount arms and get the TV hung up on here. So let's do that now. All right, here are the 4 arms, and I believe the rest of the hardware is in this. Okay, the next thing you do is take 4 and 5, which are the arms right there. 5, 4, and then it says 4 and 4. Okay, I think it goes like this. Just like that. And that would mean that this one goes like that. And then the screws go there. So I'm gonna pull this all the way out like that, aim it this way a little bit, push this guy back, try to get this TV hung. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it breaks. Wait. I can't see it. Nope. Not happening. Not
Got him! Got him!
God, I think it's heavy.
Oh! Whoa!
I need help. Okay, Joe and I did get this TV hung yesterday, no problem. We have some work to do now though to go ahead and get the back of the TV all good. So what I am going to be doing today is getting the wiring done, getting the neon lights rehung, getting the access point mounted back there for my Eero, and just generally buttoning everything up. And I gotta fix this pin that I bent. So that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna be out here working on this while we do our daily workout. And we'll keep you guys along for the ride. All right, we're back out behind the TV now, and we're going to start tying up some wiring and also going to be demildewing some of the existing equipment that's been out here for a while. But our first step is literally just to start tying up wiring. We did forget a part of the end caps on the TV. On the TV mount, they just literally go like that, screws over them. I also brought some cleaning stuff because Florida. Now this LED light is going to be on a power strip that is on a smart plug. So that whole power strip is smart plugged. And you can see here that the light comes out of the bottom. So we're gonna wrap it like that. With the bottom, we'll make turns like that. That's on there good. We can get this tied up nice out of the way like that. So now I'm gonna go finish tying up the power strip and the lighting controller. All right, guys, a little bit of an update before the SD card runs out. I am finished with the television project. I just have to clean up now. But as you can see, the television goes all the way to the back. It can actually push in a little bit more if I wanted to. Don't think I will need to, but if I wanted to, I could push it that far back. And at that point, it is hitting really nothing. Probably good right there. This side can actually, that's as far back as it will go. So this project is done. And now I will show you guys what I did behind here. This is what I ended up doing. You can see I tied the TV up nice here, the LED light strip and everything. And then this power strip up here is switched by this smart switch. I ended up putting another power strip in to power that one. So that is as far as it's going to close right there because the plug is in the way. Kind of a puzzle that's hard to solve, but that's gonna do it for this project, guys. Just gonna clean up everything now, clean the TV up, get all this mess up and be done with this. Guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. Again, you got Brad here, and they are in my front yard ripping up my brand new yard to put fiber in, so I am super stressed out right now. But I'm really happy you guys could join us today. We had a very special project for out back by the pool. Joe was kind enough to donate a 65-inch Vizio 4K television to the SCSR compound, and we did go ahead and install that in the back, and I will show you exactly what you use to do that. The first thing on the list here is the USX mount full motion wall TV mount. You can see it right here. There'll be a link in the description for you guys to go ahead and buy that, but it will fit a 47 to 84 inch flat screen LED TV or whatever. LEDs basically are very light, so they don't need a whole lot of support, but you can see this one does everything. It does swivel, it does tilt, and it does articulate every single way, and it is perfect for out back by the pool. You saw us install that with the Vizio television. Now also out back, we did have an LED rope light installed behind the TV, and we did go ahead and zip tie it all the way around the TV, and we went ahead and tied our wires up really nice, and also had our Eero 6 Pro hotspot mounted right behind the television. We also use smart lighting back there. We used a smart plug. I'll put a link in the description to one of those. That actually turns on the lights up above the patio, and the LED rope light that is connected right to the television. So right in front of you here, the USX mount full motion TV wall mount can be yours. There is a lightning deal going on for $43.98 it looks like right now, but you will not be able to get that because this video will not be out on time, but it is still cheap. There is a 5% coupon you can go ahead and apply to your order. Please check the link in the description and buy everything through us, and we just get a little bit of money to keep the channel going. Now right in front of me, you can see a Vizio 65-inch 4K TV, Smart TV, V-Gaming engine, AMD FreeSync, AirPlay, Chromecast. This thing does everything. And you can see it is $548, and they also have payment plans. I don't know if you knew that. Sometimes you can buy through them and there's no interest, or you can buy through one of the other companies and they will let you pay in payment plans through your credit card. Now this TV does have a 3.5 star review, so not that great of ratings. You could always shop around and maybe get an Amazon Smart TV. I will link one of those in the description as well. And this TV we have out here does not have Bluetooth, and I have been having issues with Amazon Home Theater with Alexa. They have disabled one of the features that allowed me to watch my television through a Echo Dot, which went up into the ceiling and did all the speakers inside and outside. So I am trying to figure that out right now. But please go ahead and buy everything through the links in the description. It does help out Supercar Street Racing so much, because we lose money on the channel, and your support, your likes, your subscribes are so very important to us that we cannot survive without that. So buy everything through the links in the description, and we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. We got to get out of here. We got to go see how bad our grass was ripped up.